What's up, guys? This is Crypto James talking to you today about RavenCoin. Look, I am a fan of RavenCoin, but more than anything, really, I'm a fan of where do miners go. Miners go where the money is, and there's some strong evidence that miners believe RavenCoin is going to make them money. So we want to take a look at what RavenCoin is, the mining stats around it, and what can this do in terms of price. Also, there's some big news around the money that's being moved around by Bitcoin and Ethereum whales. We're going to cover that today as well to see where that money is going. Before I get into any of that though, guys, if you are new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins I spoke about on this channel. They're also the first 26 coins I owned when I made this channel. Had you put in just $100 into each of these coins when I released videos about them, and you were still holding all those coins, you never sold them. You did everything wrong as an investor. If you sold these coins today, you will be able to bank 13K in profit from a $2,600 investment. That is not bad, given that you'd have done everything wrong. It's a 5x on your investment. However, if you just sold these coins when the markets were just red hot in 2021, like I did, just $100 into each of these coins would have netted you a profit of 123 grand. Staggeringly large difference between doing the right thing and the wrong thing. Now, as I said, I sold all these off. They're not what I own. But if you want to see my current portfolio, you can do. You just have to go to copymycrypto.com. On the site, I share my entire portfolio. Anytime I make any changes to my portfolio, members are alerted in real time. We release videos every day talking about the markets. We have pinpoint accuracy on the market moves for months and months and months now, calling the exact move of Bitcoin so many times we've lost count. We also have a ton of tutorials set up on the site. If you're a beginner to crypto and you don't really know how to get started or where to start, these are exactly what you need. These are the same ones that I send friends that are starting to enter into the crypto space. Then on top of that, guys, we have a history of success on the site. We've called massive winners on the site. Phantom obviously leads the way on that. Phantom was I created a course on Phantom. I said this was going to 100x or more, and released that course in 2020. Ended up going up 677 times from when I did the course. Now, no one in crypto was speaking about Phantom. No, none of your favorite influencers were speaking about Phantom in 2020, let alone saying it was going to 100x or more. I will find another Phantom, and when I do, I'm not going to create a course like last time. I'm simply going to go onto my site and I'm going to tell the members about the coin, the gains I think it can have, and the percentage of my money that I'm putting in. And if they want to copy along, they can. If it sounds good to you, finding the next big winner without having to do 15, 20,000 hours of research, go read the site now and remember that everything you read, you can verify on this channel. Now, RavenCoin. On a staggering amount of watch lists, first of all, 222,000 people are monitoring RavenCoin. And RavenCoin is, to be fair, in a long-term uptrend. You know, it launched in the bear cycle of 2018. In the most recent bull cycle, it ran all the way up to 23 cents. And currently sitting at around 3 cents, which is not bad. You know, so it is obviously a reasonable decline from its high, but there's a lot of movement that this can have. So RavenCoin is a peer-to-peer network, and the aim is to implement a use case specific blockchain that's designed to handle one specific function, which is the transfer of assets from one person to another. It's built on a Bitcoin fork, and it was released in a fair launch. There was no pre-mine, there's no ICO, there's no masterminds. And its name is in reference to Game of Thrones. Now, not that I never watched that shit. Well, I watched one episode, it sucked. And I know a lot of people like it, but it sucked. So, RavenCoin was published by Bruce Fenton, Tron Black, and Joel Waite. They stand out over the majority of the crypto crowd in that they were all seasoned businessmen and developers before they started the project. Fenton is well known in crypto for being a board member and an executive director of the Bitcoin Foundation. Before that, he was an investment banker and vice president as the vice president of Morgan Stanley in the 90s and the managing director of Atlantis Consulting for 13 years. He also currently works as a managing director of Chainstone Labs, which is a stealth fintech startup. Tron Black is a software developer with 30 plus years experience, as well as leading a number of companies as a CEO. He's been working in crypto since 2013 on several ventures, including Verified Wallet, Coin CPA, and TO. He's currently employed with Medici Ventures, which is a subsidiary of Overstock.com, focused on blockchain tech. And then you've got Wait, who is a CTO at Overstock, which is, if you're familiar with Overstock, it's an online retailer. He's also been involved with Medici Ventures in roles of COO and CTO, and a software developer who started his career right in the middle of the dot-com bombing. So the fork of the Bitcoin code features a few key changes, which is modified issuance schedule, block time reduced to 1 minute, and a coin supply capped at 21 billion instead of 21 million like Bitcoin. And the mining algorithm is intended to mitigate the centralization of ASIC hardware, because that's the big problem with Bitcoin that we saw was like those, the development of the ASIC miners just meant that anyone that had the ASIC mining became the boss, and it is the daddy of all the Bitcoin mining. Now, RavenCoin, as I said, peer-to-peer blockchain, handling the transfer of assets from one party to another. And they've started doing some decent developments. They've got the RavenCoin Foundation as well. So RavenCoin Wiki just breaks down what RavenCoin is and the assets supported since its launch. So as you can see, they've started adding to this over the past couple of years, really. Like prior to 2021, we didn't see much growth in the RavenCoin ecosystem. But now we are seeing, introductions of an NFT creation service. We've got, to be fair, NFTs have taken the majority of the space within RavenCoin. There's a number of developments in terms of mining as well. And there's also a layer 2 called Miko, which is a censorship-resistant peer-to-peer platform. But the fact that they are really starting to grow is a really strong sign. The past 2 years has been really its best sort of run, because prior to that, most of the developments were hovering around STO and layer 2. So it was nice to see that they're starting to really grow. RavenCoin Foundation is obviously not RavenCoin, but it is run by volunteers that want to create a network of nodes to basically enable RavenCoin to continue their development. They also take donations in RavenCoin for obvious reasons. And you can see the proposals for stable coins and the development proposals with bounties that they've started putting in. Again, really nice sign. They're starting to push in the right direction. The bigger thing for me, fundamentally, and the single biggest thing for me in terms of why RavenCoin can really run is this run on mining. Now, as you can see, in September of last year, we saw the mining network hash rate at around 2.5 terahash. That was it, right? Difficulty was like 34.6. Okay, now obviously we then saw the Ethereum merge, and as you can see, around that merge date, there's a huge skyrocketing in terms of network hash rate. We saw a massive, staggeringly like 8x increase in network hash rate. Obviously, that's come back down because what ends up happening is, and we've seen it with every single proof of work coin, where the mining hash rate boomed after everyone had to pivot and leave Ethereum, and then we saw it all fall down. And a lot of the crypto projects we saw the mining have a huge rally, and then the hash rate actually came back down to where it was prior to the merge. And that's not the case with the with RavenCoin at all. RavenCoin's hash rate and difficulty is still way, way higher. You know, the hash rate is still 4 times what it was prior to the merge, which again is a really strong sign that we're seeing the miners firmly believe there is long-term rewards here. Now, at the moment, you know, the mining, you're only going to get about $1 a day. That's based on current value of RavenCoin. You get about 35 Raven a day, thereabouts, or 38 at the moment, and obviously it's only worth 3 cents. However, miners take the long-term approach of, you know, this. Most miners will sell off what they need to pay for electric, but most miners take a long-term view of things, expecting the price to rally and selling at an opportune time. And when we look at RavenCoin in the long-term uptrend of hitting 22 cents in the previous bull cycle, I firmly believe this could be a 30-cent coin. So in a strong, nice, solid upturn, miners believe long-term that this is going to be a beast. As a result, I think 30 cents would be very, very achievable. That would be a market cap, well, basically be a 10x from where it is right now. Be a market cap of 3.6 billion. With the amount of miners that are focused on it, the amount of miners that are there, I think this still could run really nicely. Really, really nicely. And like I said, miners, the one thing that is true of all miners is they go where the money is. And the miners, you know, half of them left after the merge, but there's still 4 times the amount that there was prior to the merge. So 4 times the amount of miners believe that long-term RavenCoin is going to be a winner, and miners have a history of success. You know, look, most miners went to, you know, were focused on Bitcoin, focused on Ethereum. Like, they were the 2 most mined coins for like a decade. So I trust miners know where they're going. And the fact that RavenCoin still holds so much, had so much growth, I think that's going to be reflected in its price, and I would not be surprised to see a 10x or more, especially as they start growing the projects around RavenCoin. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think RavenCoin, or is there another proof of work that you really like? I know Ergo's quite popular, but is there any other proof of work beyond Bitcoin, obviously, that that you think is particularly interesting? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. These videos will make you money, they'll save you money, and karma's a real thing. So if you do something nice, you'll be rewarded in life. So subscribe. That's a nice thing to do, trust me. And before I get into the whale news, if you guys want to see the coins I own right now that are in my portfolio, go to copymycrypto.com. On the site, I share my portfolio. I release videos every day talking about the markets. The accuracy we've had on the markets has been staggering. The members also get alerts anytime I buy or sell any coin. They're alerted in real time. The tutorials that we've got on the site are perfect for beginners. If you're a crypto beginner and don't know where to get started, these are exactly what you need. Then on top of that, guys, we've called massive winners on the site. Phantom leads the way in that. It went up 677 times from when I released the course about it, saying it was 100x or more. And when I find the next Phantom, I'm not even going to bother creating a course. I'm simply going to go onto my site and do what I do with every coin, which is break down the coin, the gains I think it can have, and the percentage of my money I'm putting in. And if the members want to copy along, they can. If that sounds good to you, finding the winners without having to do 10, 15, 20,000 hours of research, go read the site now. And remember that every single thing you read there, you can verify on this channel's history. And maybe I'll see you there, guys. And last thing, whales. Look at this. $748 million in Bitcoin and Ethereum in just a matter of hours. Now, whales were making moves. So crypto whales transferred, yes, basically $7.75 billion in less than 24 hours. The whales are sending crypto assets both to and from exchanges where they could potentially be sold on the open market. The single largest transaction spotted by the on-chain tracker Whale Alert, which by the way, Whale Alert is outstanding and really fast, I would recommend that if you want to really hear about market moves, the big whale movements, these are fantastic. They're really worth following on Twitter. Um, they there was a transaction for $231 million worth of Bitcoin, just one transaction from an unknown wallet to an unknown wallet, and the whale paid just $9.18 in transaction fees for transferring that money. The second whale also shifted $47 million worth of Bitcoin from Gemini to an unknown wallet. That's always a good sign when you're seeing tons of Bitcoin leaving an exchange. That means it's not being sold, it's being stored, cold wallet style. No, cold wallet. And a third whale transferred 920 Bitcoin from an unknown wallet to Bitfinex. So likelihood is probably selling off a bit. Not to be outdone though, Ethereum whales moved over 272,000 Ethereum. One whale moved 237,000 Ethereum from a wallet of unknown origin to another wallet of unknown origin. So they moved $390 million of Ethereum. And then there was another one that moved 35,000 Ethereum, which is $58 million from Gemini to an unknown wallet. Now, more of the transactions over the past 24 hours have been funds leaving exchanges. That is a good sign. If the funds are leaving exchanges, it means they're not being sold. If they're arriving on exchanges, the high likelihood is that they're to be sold. So, as I said, Whale Alert is very, very, very much worth following. They provide really good data consistently. And we can see, over the past, let's just look at the last few hours. So 103 million arrived to Coinbase, 50 million burn, a lot of USDC here. Yeah, the majority has been moving to unknown wallets. 32 million XRP moved from Bitso to an unknown wallet. XRP from unknown to Bitstamp, 41 million. XRP moved to Bitstamp, so that's probably being sold. XLM, transfer of USDF, that's fine. 400 million XRP locked in escrow, a Ripple escrow wallet. Another 300 million locked in escrow. So, a lot of XRP has been moved. A lot of XRP has been moved to the Ripple escrow wallet. Okay, interesting. But yeah, always worth paying attention to what the whales are doing, because again, if you all of a sudden saw hypothetically like 1 million Bitcoin arrive on exchanges, guess what? Bitcoin's about to dump and dump hard. So paying attention to these guys is always worth doing. Gives you an indication of what's to come. Anyway, that's it from me, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.